This is the only tutorial you'll ever have to watch about ChatGPT Atlas. At the end of this video, you'll be able to send ChatGPT Atlas in your browser, make actions for you like take restaurant, reply to tweets, or craft even tweets with images for you. You also know how to use ChatGPT Atlas within your browser to summarize web pages or understand complex code. If that sounds good, well, let's dive in. Hey guys, let's dive in. So, this interface, the interface of our browser looks like so. So basically what they put in front of you is just ChatGPT, but also a URL input. So if you want to go to google.com, you just click google.com and it will not ask ChatGPT about google.com, right? But at the same time, you're able to make some research using ChatGPT directly here. So if I say best products for skincare women, here I'm asking ChatGPT. I'm not asking like the classical search Google or Brave or that kind of stuff. So basically on this search I'll be able to see the answer of a classic ChatGPT, but the difference is that it's like natively in your browser, which is not an incredible feature, right? But you have a different way of like showing it. If you see here, we're able to like see all the search and the links and the result of the answer. And we can see like the images, the videos, like everything that ChatGPT uses to create the answer, right? So that's really more a feature of searching. So here it's just ChatGPT for search, and you can see that you cannot find actually the chats. You do not have here like a way for you to actually use the chats, but you do have some other tools here that are the classical ChatGPT tools. I'm not sure you actually want to use these tools in this setup, but yeah, you have one more tool, and I think that's the only tool that is only on ChatGPT. That's the browser memory, and I can say, oh, what did I do this morning with my browser? And then it will be able to search on the browser memory and like tell you about your productivity, tell you about like what did you do basically. And you see here that at 6 a.m. I'm pretty early guy. I checked ad blockers, I checked Gemini, etc., etc. So like it can really use the context in order to actually give you information about what you did and learn about what you want. So that's pretty cool, but I mean it's not incredible in terms of feature right now. So what we're gonna do is like use the right chat. So we just finished the welcome page, but here we're gonna use the right chat feature. So the right chat feature is just a way for us to like actually browse the web as we're used to browse the web, but as ChatGPT on the right side. So let me do that for you. And here we see that I'm on the Amazon.com product page of MacBook Air. That is mostly used in order to like work, right? So what I want to do here to test this ability of right chat is saying, okay, I'm interested into this product, but I'm not sure it's the best. Please find alternatives for students. Okay. Well, you can see here we have some basic thing we can actually do. So default prompts. So you have get price, find alternative, agent mode. We can like actually use one of these ones. So okay, here I'm basically giving in context this whole web page. So basically like the Amazon web page and asking for alternative. So here it's gonna give me alternatives. Maybe I'll make this bigger. About the same price. So in the same range. So around 1,900, and it's telling me everything about it, right? And you can basically, it just permits you to have ChatGPT directly in your browser instead of just changing tabs, which isn't, again, an incredible feature, but what it permits here is just, instead of, copy calling or maybe just getting the URL and going to ChatGPT and like asking your prompt, here, like it's faster because you just use you just use where you are and the prompt was proposed directly. But that's not like an incredible way, in my opinion, to do so. Well, if you go there and you go to back market, for example, well, you can see that it replaced my window, and now I can have, oh, okay, but I can now ask question about this product page and then like continue the actual browsing. So it's just like a little bit enhanced version of ChatGPT on that side, on the product comparison. Now let's do another use case that in my opinion is like way more interesting, is being able to explain complex stuff directly in your browser. So here, this is a Wikipedia page about a concept in China that is called the century of humiliation. And like it's a bit complicated to understand from an Occidental point of view because, well, we don't know China very well, right? So let's ask, okay, I'm an Occidental guy, please help me to understand why they see this century as humiliating. So it's a real concept in China, and that's a really good point. And now, like based on the context that is this Wikipedia page, like it's gonna give me some like basically summarizing this page, right? Maybe we can after that do another thing, which is like, okay, you're learning basically here. It's just a better way for you to learn. Make a quiz about it to make sure I understood everything. And here basically you're able with AI to take all the context directly in your browser and create all this quiz and this like interactive learning structures and UX, and that's really cool because it would have been a bit difficult probably to like just copy paste and then have the right context here and there, and probably also have the ideas of what prompt to use, etc. So in my opinion, that's way better there. And for example, we can do something else like, okay, this for example, I don't speak Chinese, but I can use the selected text and say, okay, can you translate literally this, please? The translation is century of humiliation, right? So 100 years, nation or country shame, humiliation. So yeah, you can actually like explain like really complex stuff. I'm not sure like this is particularly complex, but you can go to GitHub, for example, and check on repositories, reading repositories, and you're gonna like try to understand code. And if, for example, you do not understand code very well, especially like a new language or whatever, well, you can actually here with that way of working understand the code. So for example, here it's a pretty complex code that is written in something that isn't JavaScript, so isn't very easy. So here I could say, hey ChatGPT, please explain me what this function does. And here it's basically just taking this text in context without me actually copy pasting and everything. On top of that, it has like the rest of the page in context. So that's pretty cool, to be honest. It's not incredible again, just because like it's one copy paste away from ChatGPT, but like this feedback loop fast can help us probably go faster in everything. So now that's more like a read perspective. Now let's see how the browser Atlas is doing when it comes to finding stuff and to actually doing actions. So here, this is my Notion, and I have some cool thing that is called an SEO checklist. So I'll ask, maybe I asked before to test, so I'll create a new window, and I'll ask ChatGPT to find me the SEO checklist. So please find me the ultimate SEO checklist from freelance in this Notion. And what I will do here is use agent mode in order to do that. So I'll go and type, and what happened here, we can see it's like basically getting the browser and using the browser as a real human in order to actually find the SEO checklist. And in this SEO checklist, you have basically everything you can use in order to make your website or your business, your personal website, like rank in Google and in ChatGPT. And if you're interested, like you can get it in the description. But here, well, we launched our agent. You can see it's working. So we're gonna launch another agent, right? To do other things. And here, for example, I checked that I have, like, on my Twitter, I have too much, I subscribe too much stuff. A bunch of stuff I don't want to subscribe to anymore. And my idea was to, like, ask ChatGPT. So, hey, GPT, please unsubscribe me from one account that probably will not be used anymore. It's Doge, so the Department of Government Efficiency. Please unsub from this X account. So, same here. I'm gonna ask. Here I forgot to put the agent mode, so it doesn't work. But I'll put the agent mode. Do it in agent mode. So here I want him to actually go in, like, subscription and go to Doge and actually, like, unsubscribe from this account. Now, if we go back to our ultimate SEO checklist, so we can see here that it actually found the ultimate SEO checklist. It worked for 1 minute and actually found it. And from what you have in this ultimate SEO checklist is that you have step 1, find the words your audience actually use, and you have, like, all the steps you have to follow in order to actually make your website go up on Google. So it can be your personal website, it can be your business website. It works for everything. It's not only Google, it's just SEO in general. It can also be ChatGPT, right? So here you have all the steps, and if you actually want to use this page in order to make your website searchable and findable on Google, ChatGPT, and all the AI systems, well, I put it in the description. Now, let's go back to our Department of Government Efficiency. Apparently, okay, so here it went, like, to the right Twitter account, and the only thing that it says is, like, are you sure you want to do that? Well, yes, please continue. And now it's actually going to do it. So yeah, for the moment it's working pretty well. We can see it's clicking at the right place, and it will actually, like, unsubscribe. But that's still, like, small things, right? What we want is actually having agency. Because here, what I want actually is to say to ChatGPT, oh, unsubscribe me from all the things I don't want anymore. But ChatGPT doesn't know what I want. So the next idea I had was actually to try another thing, which is, okay, ChatGPT, I like sushi, for example, or like some kind of food. Please use, okay, so please use thefork.com, which is like a place where we can basically book restaurant, to book a restaurant for me in Paris for tonight, for example. So let's do that. I'm gonna open ChatGPT here, and I'm gonna say, okay, book me the best sushi in Paris for tonight for 2 people, and I want this sushi restaurant to have at least 30% discount. So what I'm asking here is, like, I have certain criteria, right? I want a certain 30% discount, and I want it to be sushi, and I want it to be in Paris, right? So let's do that this way and see how it goes. So, I'm gonna put the agent mode again, and I'm gonna go back to go. So in French, well, follow. So I actually unfollowed Doge. So that's good. That's good to go. Now, what are working on? actually make finding Paris tonight, I'll try to do another thing. Idea was scroll my Twitter feed for each and on that comes same thing, right? Scroll, and for each tweet you see, craft an answer so I can be visible on X, right? Because actually answering and posting. So I'm small, so let's see how it works, right? What I want is like, okay, scroll my Twitter feed. I'll copy paste the prompt here. From my Twitter feed, for each tweet you see, answer them by either saying a joke or something relevant to my style. Do that for the first 3 tweets. And here is the style I want to use, the style of this account. So let's say use the style from this account for the jokes and the answers. So, agent mode again. Let's see how it goes. How is our sushi restaurant doing? Oh, we see that we have at least 30%. It seems to be sushi, so we're good to go, honestly. Yukuso, it seems to be sushi. Is it in Paris? I don't know, but it's working well. It's working well for the moment. Okay, so I'm going to set up the page first. Once that's ready, you can start checking the tweets and providing the kinds of response you're looking for, with jokes and relevant comments. Okay, well, now the last thing I want to do to test really like the agency of the browser is I want to create a tweet from another tweet that is basically using the same format and like the overall agent to do it on itself and post it on itself. So here is a tweet where basically you give some kind of a biography of someone, and in this case it's the founder of Kalshi, and I'll just ask ChatGPT to say, okay, make me a tweet within the same format where you tell the life of Joe Rogan and not the Kalshi founder. Please find a relevant image to the tweet, and once it's done, save it to draft. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send the agent. Oh, I forgot to put the agent node. Honestly, it would help if they understand, like, based on the prompt, should they use the tool agent or not. But it's supposed to work like this, but it doesn't work really well. So here, I can see that it's still working. It's still working on the tweet, so you're good to go. Here, okay, would you like me to confirm the reservation? Found a well-rated suitor in Paris. Okay, Yukoso. Is it in Paris? Let's see location. Okay, it looks very much in Paris. Yes, it is. So, and I reach the details. Okay. Well, yes. Take something for tonight at the earliest hour. Okay. So now I'm gonna let the agent work. But the agent, for the moment, is still asking confirmation. Probably you can like tweak a bit the prompts in order for the agent to not ask confirmation for everything. Here we have still working. The agent that is supposed to answer the tweets is still working. And the last agent that is working is basically, okay, it's not able to actually make the tweet. We'll wait that a bit. Okay, so I'll come back in a few minutes and see the results for each one of my agents.
A few moments later.
We're back with our results, and we can see here that the fork, well, I got my reservation at Yukoso for 6:30 p.m. So the earliest possible for 2 people with a 30% discount. So that's basically what I asked, which is pretty cool. The only problem was, well, it actually asked me before to confirm and everything, but probably with prompting we can like get this out, this second ask out of the equation. The second thing I asked was basically, okay, go check my Twitter feed and actually like answer. And here, this is a message that says basically, this is in French because I'm French, so it says basically, oh, guys, expats, French expats, here we can make a community about it. And here it drafted an answer, but that's shit. Honestly, like the answer is really shit. It really didn't understand the overall thing. And this is the only thing it did basically. Instead of actually like making some answers and answering, it like took 6 minutes to actually, well, propose me answers but do not post it, right? So if we go there and we go to answers, well, he didn't post anything when it probably should have. So yeah, probably what we want is here, it's actually this to follow the steps. It might require some prompting. And the last thing, which is honestly probably one of the best thing, is, okay, it worked for 11 minutes, but it created a draft on my Twitter account of the same kind of post for Joe Rogan. So a post like basically showing the life of Joe Rogan in this like bullet points way, which is a format post on X. And if we go to my drafts, so how do I do that? There, yeah. So if we go to my draft, we can see here we have like the overall thing with the image of Joe Rogan. Be Joe, be born in New York, New Jersey. I would probably need to like double check this, but well, that's pretty cool to make it work, like make the post and actually find the image, make the draft. That's pretty cool. What we can do also here in order just to like showcase other things is like, okay, please, based on that, please is verify this info and tell me if it's true. So yeah, that's basically all the capabilities I think of the ChatGPT browser for the moment. Is basically first being able to help you learn and to help you interact with an easier way with the content you're reading and everything around the web. Directly having ChatGPT on your browser can be cool, but probably the agent mode it's really an unlock. Here, if you have it on your browser, in my opinion, it will really depend on how good it is. For the moment, it's not very good, it's not incredible, but we can see here that, well, it helps me because we can see here that, okay, it actually fact-checked everything, and probably I wouldn't have like asked to fact-check it if I didn't have it on the browser. But still, it worked for 11 minutes, which is pretty long. Probably it would have been faster for me to just use ChatGPT and gather the rest myself, but that's only the beginning, right? So yeah, that's probably all for ChatGPT Atlas. You have a good tutorial about everything. If you actually want to go deeper and use AI in order to make your business better, well, you can go to the SEO checklist in the description that will permit you to basically have all the actions you need to do in order to be found on ChatGPT and on Google for your business. So if that's good for you, well, see you guys and have a good day.